After a short 5-minute demonstration, kayaking can be learned by anyone and is a great way to get exercise and see Oak Ridge from a different viewpoint, the water side. As you drive through the community of Berne, in many of the yards, you'll still see flags and signs like this one supporting fallen hero Nick Taylor. In the event of severe weather, with an NSSA storm shelter, all you have to do is walk in and shut the door to get to safety. Swiss Days is a time of celebration in Berne, but this year it is also a reminder of something the community has lost. 1 year ago, this small town buried local hero Nick Taylor, who died while serving our country in Afghanistan. And in a town of 4,400 people, this loss still has a big impact.
It affects the community a lot. It's affected the high school because in a smaller school, you know the kids in the classes around you more.
And to honor Nick's memory, this year the Taylor family was made Grand Marshal of the Swiss Days Parade. Mayor McCain says it was an easy decision.
A lot of times, names are kicked around, and there weren't really names kicked around this year. There was just that name mentioned, and everybody was in agreement right away, and they thought that was very appropriate.
A decision that has meant a lot to the Taylor family.
Well, we were honored to be the Grand Marshals. Just something more to keep our son's name alive and his memory alive. It's just pretty special.
As you drive through the community of Berne, in many of the yards, you'll still see flags and signs like this one supporting fallen hero Nick Taylor. And along with the signs, the support of citizens through cards, food, and words of encouragement are what keeps the family strong, especially this weekend.
Just never words enough will say how we feel and what the community has done for us. And continue to do so.
We can't say thank you enough.
Yeah.
They've done so much.
Yeah.
The Taylor family isn't alone in remembering their loss. This Sunday marks exactly 1 year since the burial, and for many citizens, the memory is still hard to talk about.
It was a very emotional thing for me. And it was really special to see the way the community gathered around him and the family. It was very special.
The impact of Nick's sacrifice has made a lasting impression, and for the people of Berne, he will always be their hometown hero. Brooke Crass, Channel 12 News. Barger & Sons has been a part of East Tennessee since the 1950s. But back in 2002, when an F3 tornado hit home in Morgan County, killing 7 and injuring 28, Barger & Sons created 2 NSSA-approved storm shelters, and they sold their first one exactly a year later. Vice President Eric Barger explains.
We have one above ground and one below ground. Both are rated for EF5 tornadoes, so an EF5 could hit either shelter and you should be okay.
The outsides of the shelters are made of thick concrete with air vents on top that have intrusion guards. To meet NSSA standards, their storm shelters are put through rigorous testing.
And what they do is they fire, in our case, on these doors, a 15-pound 2x4 at 100 miles an hour. 3 times. Anything whatsoever breaks on the inside of that door and falls off, the door fails.
Well, you can get a shelter built into your home. Most people install one within 50 feet of their back door. The above-ground shelter is their #1 seller since it's easier to get in and out of. But, as Eric explains, some people still feel better if they are underground.
We have also a large customer base that prefer this one because it is underground partially. And so there's a mindset about being above ground and letting the tornado hit it and being underground. The truth is I would feel just as safe in either one.
In the event of severe weather, with an NSSA storm shelter, all you have to do is walk in and shut the door to get to safety. The above-ground shelter is NSSA certified to hold 8 people, and the partial underground is approved for 11. But in an emergency, you can always make room for more.
I can tell you that we have fit a lot more in that because we've actually had a tornado event come through here, and we had a lot more people than that shoved in one.
While convenience is important, peace of mind and safety are everyone's main concern when severe weather hits. And Barger feels good about helping people achieve that.
Everybody that buys one feels, infinitely more safe than they did before. In fact, a lot of people have anxiety problems who have been through a tornado. So when they have a tornado shelter that's been designed, it's NSSA certified, they feel very safe.
And that safety extends to their family and children. If you are interested in owning your own storm shelter, they range in price from $3,200 to $5,400. There is little to no maintenance, and they have a 100-year lifespan. For more information, you can visit Barger & Sons at their website. Brooke Crass, Channel 12 News. With long stretches of smooth waterways and miles of paved walking and biking trails, Karen Lloyd found the perfect location to open Adventures Outdoors. Lloyd explains how she came up with the idea.
I had a truck and I thought, man, this is fun. Everybody should do this, And of course at home I didn't have, the length, so I was like, well, it'd be perfect to take out here and ride. And so I did, and I'm like, this is fun. Everybody should try this, And you get a good workout too, so.
The trikes Lloyd is referring to are a newer form of transportation that has taken off on the West Coast. Trying it out for the first time, it was easy to get the hang of.
I think it's just a fun thing to do, and if you try it, you'll want to do it. It's getting people to understand it's something that they can do. People think in their head, well, I've never done that before. I can't do that. When in reality, you can. There's no experience necessary.
Trikes aren't the only available rental. For $6 an hour, one can rent a bike, or for $10 an hour, you can enjoy the water and go kayaking. There are even double kayaks available as well if you want to paddle with a partner.
We got we have offered training and safety before you go out on the kayaks, and this water here is actually probably the best in the country for it. That's why rowing is so big here. The way that it's laid out between two ridges, the water is perfectly smooth, so it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to move far on the kayaks.
I experienced firsthand how easy it is to get out on the water. After a short 5-minute demonstration, kayaking can be learned by anyone and is a great way to get exercise and see Oak Ridge from a different viewpoint, the water side. If you are looking for a new way to experience Oak Ridge and enjoy the outdoors, renting any of these items is a quick and easy process.
Just come out, you have to fill out a general waiver and liability release form. Insurance requires that, and then we have a rental agreement form that you fill out. Pretty much says you'll bring the equipment back when you take off with it.
Adventures Outdoors is open seasonally, April 1st to October 31st at Melton Hill Marina, and is an enjoyable way to get active and enjoy the outdoors. Brooke Crass, Channel 12 News.